Dressed in their finest, the Mavs as they came through.
Hey, Kevin, the Mavericks had far and away the league's most efficient offense.
It might indeed, David. Well said. Thank you for that report. Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Durant plays the 4 with Allen at center. Then there's Karis LeVert. Then there's Irving. And it's Dinwiddie in at the 2-guard spot. And for the Mavericks, inside of the 4 and the 5, Porzingis and Powell. Hardaway is out there with Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3, the small forward. And so it's Dallas with him. To the left side wing. Outside Hardaway. Dallas moving the ball around. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And he's good on the 3-ball. Terrific talented backcourts tonight. Greg, did it ever add anything for you playing across another top-level guard?
Listen, it raises the stakes, no doubt about it. You always want the opportunity to play against the best because you want to see where you stand. But in the end, even when you know a guy's better than you, and you're going to have that be the case a lot of nights, you still know that you will have an ability to impact the outcome when it comes to winning. And that's where you have to keep your focus.
Dallas on defense.
Great job preventing that ball from coming into the post. Might have been an easy 2 if the defense wasn't there.
No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. Nails the 16-footer.
Boy, that's a recipe for disaster, fellas. Allowing Doncic to get comfortable from this area, forget about it.
A nice shot by Irving.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now, here's Doncic. 3-pointer. Allen with the rebound. The Nets have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far.
And it was interesting how the Dallas franchise sold its fans on Doncic. Ownership told them, think of a 6'7" Steve Nash. Isn't quite the shooter Steve was, but is only a teenager. Great vision. Boy, he can really pass it. And it turns out Doncic is all of that and more.
Irving against Doncic. Here's Allen. That one's not going to go. And it's Dallas the other way. And even Nash himself called Doncic a dream prospect.
Yeah, it said Luka was big and mobile enough in the modern game, can guard multiple positions, has a skill set, a winning mentality, and those leadership qualities. Steve Nash sounding like a future GM.
The shot by Powell, no good. The Nets still looking like they're getting going, trailing by 5. KD's shot is good.
Boy, LeVert showing you his unselfishness there. I mean, if you're open, he loves getting you the ball.
Right wing from past the arc. No good from Finney-Smith. For Brooklyn, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. And the shot goes in.
That's one of the areas he's really improved. Durant's passing abilities have grown as his years in the league have grown.
We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. Hardaway passes to Finney-Smith. Powell with the bounce pass. Here's Porzingis. LeVert grabs the miss. For Brooklyn, they've gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Irving finds Allen, hammers the alley-oop through.
Boy, Allen always a threat, especially when you give him room to run. He's capable of banging it home.
Hardaway passes to Doncic. Dallas, no good that time either. And KD's got the ball here for the Nets. And he commits the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Marjanovic comes in for Dwight Powell. And Curry subbed in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Jordan, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Here's Curry. Following the basket by DeAndre Jordan. Here's Marjanovic. Bank shot, no good. This is his first free throw of the game.
You know, this is not an area where they expect him to contribute. You know, he's a guy that shot below 70% last season.
And, you know, with his free throw percentage being where it was last season, it changed the way teams defended him. I mean, there were no easy baskets. He was going to get fouled anytime he got near the rim. They were going to make him earn his points at the line.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Taurean Prince, he's checked in for Durant. Harris comes in for Caris LeVert. And it's Luwawu Cabarrot in for Kyrie Irving. Dinwiddie with it. He's picked up by Doncic. And the rejection by Marjanovic. And here we go. Fast break. Curry's got it. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
And not the guy you want to send to the line. He has been automatic.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game.
Trying to find some answers offensively.
Yeah, and, you know, that's going to be the focus of this timeout. They need to come up with a spark to get the offense going.
Stein, he's checked in for Dallas. 24 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Back to Curry. Can they get it? Good on the triple.
At the arc, Curry's so consistent. I mean, he'll knock it down every chance he gets from there.
Harris outside. Inside. Dinwiddie up top. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
Doncic right side. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's Brooklyn with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. And earlier we spoke with Kevin Durant about surviving the...
How can we be the best version of ourselves?
Well, Durant may not be the in-your-face type of player, Greg, but he gets the message across for sure.
He's not going to yell at you. He's going to show you how it's done and expect that you're as committed to winning as he is.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you look at the energy, the effort defensively. They put it all out there in that opening quarter.
Setting the floor for the Nets. Inside, we got Prince and Jordan. Then there's Harris. And it's Dinwiddie in at the point guard position. Stein in the post. He's against Jordan. Brunson with a clean look. Great positioning on the putback. Stein's got his first basket of the night.
And with his vertical reach, you expect Stein to be a factor on the offensive glass.
And that's an intentional foul. On the Mavericks with some changes. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for DeLon Wright. And Barea subbed in for Jalen Brunson. And the Nets also making a change. Irving's checked in for Dinwiddie. Pass break, Dallas. Here's Stein. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
Now, I tell you what, they won't be down for long if they can get some more early offense like that.
Irving passes to Luwawu. And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. To the paint, here's Harris. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Greg, not all drafts are the same in terms of talent. 2019 was a year to remember.
No doubt about it. I mean, transcendent talent at the top. You think of Zion and Ja both could be future league MVPs. And the irony is that those two guys were teammates in high school. Go figure.
Yeah, go figure is right.
You know, Jordan's size is part of the reason why he draws as many fouls as he does. They just have a tough time getting through his body without fouling.
So for the Nets, Allen's checked in for Taurean Prince. Durant comes in for Harris. And Karis LeVert subbed in for Luwawu Cabarrot. Cauley-Stein goes in. And it's sent back by Allen. And Willie Cauley-Stein gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. LeVert kicks to Durant. And KD throws it down.
You know, he's a good guy to have running that particular set. I mean, Durant is not a guy who makes a lot of mistakes in the pick and roll.
And Jared Allen, the big man out of Texas, a big part of his impact is how well he moves as a center. Very long and covers a ton of ground on both ends.
And Cauley-Stein throws it down.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking.
Well, I tell you what, he loaded up as much power as he could behind that two-hander.
And Allen slams it in.
Allen's got some old-school big man in him. He's got great hands and mobility and does a good job finishing above the rim.
And with Allen, the amount of floor he can cover with a few steps is staggering.
And, Kevin, it lets him take away chances and opportunities on D. On the other end, one step to the hoop, and he's completely relocated as a target. One of the best moving bigs in our league. That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Boy, this is borderline ridiculous. I mean, every single attempt finding the bottom of the bucket.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's on Jared Allen.
And Cauley-Stein, so explosive around the rim. Hard to defend without fouling.
And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Dwight Powell's checked in for Maxi Kleba. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Curry. Doncic is checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Jalen Brunson in for J.J. Barea. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Dinwiddie's checked in.
Well, his IQ is one of the best in the league. Irvin has a great feel for when his teammates are open.
Doncic feeling it out. Cauley-Stein passes to Doncic. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Powell, no one around him. That one a little long. And here's Brooklyn. They're on a 14-6 run. Kicks it out to Dinwiddie. Dishes it to Irving. Dinwiddie passes to Durant. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Now here's Cauley-Stein. He's got 10. Doncic finds Hardaway. Down low, stolen by Allen. And now the fast break, Durant with the ball. And Dinwiddie with the basket on the assist by KD. Durant's got 3 assists in the game. Runs in the pass to Cauley-Stein. Now Powell, right side Hardaway. And here's Doncic from the arc. And so it's Brooklyn in command with a 16-point lead as the buzzer sounds. They've been playing. Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. It's Brooklyn out in front at the half. They're leading by 16. Kenny, what's your... And that should do it.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. DeAndre Jordan has been sensational.
What a welcome surprise that first half. Went above and beyond his usual scoring output.
Well, you know what? They've given him an increased role tonight, and he's taken full advantage of it.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. On the court for the Mavericks. Inside of the 4 and the 5, Porzingis and Powell. Doncic out there with Hardaway. And it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward.
Powell doing a nice job recognizing when to give it up. He, to me, is the epitome of a value utility player. Knows his role.
Now the Mavericks moving it up. Doncic leading the charge. Good. Doncic has got 6 points.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And you know you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist. And guys, Caris LeVert can do so much while he's on the basketball floor. The problem for LeVert is just staying on the basketball floor.
Yeah, injuries have really slowed him down the last couple of years, Greg, and it's unfortunate because this kid's an outstanding player. He gets it done in every way as a wing scorer. He can make plays, he can defend, he can score the ball. LeVert says he tries to model his game after Penny Hardaway, and if he can stay healthy, I don't think that comparison's too far off.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Taurean Prince comes in for Caris LeVert. And Luwawu subbed in for Dinwiddie.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels. Well, I like this execution coming out of the half. Solid. 3 for 4 from the field so far.
Seth Curry, he's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And then for Brooklyn, DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Jared Allen. And Joe Harris is subbed in for Durant.
One of the things I really like about Dwight Powell is that he doesn't play outside of himself. He plays to his strengths.
Irving against Doncic. Irving dishes to Harris. Back to Irving. Good. And Harris gets the assist. Irving's got 4 points in the quarter.
A nice start to the second half. Just one miss in their first 5 attempts.
Dallas calls timeout. You know, Greg, we know there's some power finishers in the NBA like Giannis Antetokounmpo, but he complains a lot that he needs to sell contact rather than muscle through it. How do you evaluate those kind of power finishers in the game?
Well, I mean, there's still power will always play a role, especially when you can add in quickness and athleticism. And I think you start right there with Giannis. I mean, he's kind of epitomizes that. LeBron obviously is still in that category. And a guy like Kawhi Leonard, he can send you into the stanchion when he gets going downhill as well.
Luwawu Cabarro kicks to Harris. Just 5 on the clock. Jordan with the bucket.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Yeah, and they're really getting pummeled on points in the paint here.
And stolen by Kyrie Irving. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Lobs it up for Jordan.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Mavericks trail by 17. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, the Mavericks have their young star tandem in Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis. KP said, we can be a pretty deadly duo. It's only going to be a matter of time. Once we get that two-man game going, it's going to be hard to stop. Guys, it's already hard to stop. Back to you.
Team on the rise, David. Thank you so much.
Boy, that's exactly what you want from Jordan every night, in my opinion.
Drills it from outside. Curry's got 6.
And now they're shooting it pretty well. That was not something we would have said in that first half.
Powell with the steal. Fast break, Dallas. Up again. Jordan with the rebound.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
Here's Irving. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Boy, somehow, some way, you got to keep Jordan away from the basket, because if you allow him to get it there, he's flushing it.
Doncic passes to Powell. Brooklyn with the rebound. They led by as many as 18 points. Inside, Prince. Porzingis with the block.
Tell you what, Porzingis showing great timing as the anchor of the defense there.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Dwight Powell. Maxi Kleber comes in for Porzingis. Wright, he's checked in for Seth Curry. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Doncic. It's good. Jordan's got 20 points.
You know, with Harris, if you're open, he's going to make sure he finds you.
In the corner, it's Kleber. Back to Cauley-Stein. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Wright finds Hardaway. In the corner, it's Kleber. Lobs it up for Jordan. Durant, the pass to Harris. Back to KD. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Nets lead by 15. And time to step. And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Mavericks trail by 15. Setting the floor for the Nets. Durant plays the 4 with Allen at center. Then it's Joe Harris. Then there's Caris LeVert. And it's Dinwiddie in at the 1 spot. Powell dishes to Doncic. The shot, no good. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. He lobs it up.
Chemistry at its best. An unreal alley-oop.
You're right. The pass, the catch, the dunk, all of it perfect.
And it all had to be, because that's not nearly as easy as they made it appear.
And Doncic gets it to go.
And you can just see he's a different player since coming back from halftime.
Nets leading by 15. On the wing, Harris. Pass to Allen. Powell with the steal. Fast break, Dallas. Doncic finds Hardaway.
Well, you got to give Hardaway Jr. credit, guys. I mean, he's excellent at finding ways to get to a spot and then make the defense compromise.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Nets.
Guys, the passing we've seen from them has been tremendous. Very unselfish.
Yeah, but I also like the balance because they're doing a great job of getting inside and converting around the rim. I really like their aggressiveness.
The Nets making a switch here. Irving's checked in.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
And stolen by Kyrie Irving. And here we go. The fast break with Dinwiddie. Oh, and the jam by Durant.
Tell you what, when Durant is feeling it, he puts on some swagger. He's going to let you know he's got it going.
Out to Hardaway. Over to the wing. Here's Finney-Smith. Passes to Powell. The wide open look here for Porzingis. No good from outside.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Durant, no good.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Outside Hardaway. Nailed from three-point land. Hardaway's got 5 points now in the quarter.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Boy, it's been a three-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
Dinwiddie with the bucket.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
I tell you, we're taking a look at some real deficiencies defensively. I mean, they've given up 5 straight good looks in the paint.
Finney-Smith kicks to Doncic. A 3 from Porzingis. Rebounded by the Nets. Allen's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Dinwiddie drives in. Outside Durant. Allen. And staying with the play, Allen.
Boy, I tell you, this guy just does not quit on the boards. His energy is contagious, especially on the offensive glass.
Powell finds Hardaway, and here's Porzingis for a three. And so Allen will bring it up for Brooklyn. Durant gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5 for 8 clip.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
Yeah, I don't think you want to get loose and sloppy or ease up, but it is time for them to start using that clock a bit.
Here's Doncic. And it's sent back by Allen.
Don't challenge him. Get that out of here. Allen's almost 7 feet now. He's got excellent timing and good bounce.
Brooklyn leading by 20. Wound up there for Allen. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for Brooklyn.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Jordan.
An unbelievable scoring performance. He absolutely took over and never let up.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. Johnson against Brunson. To the middle, and stolen by Wright. 41 seconds left in the game. Marjanovic finds Kleba. Here's Marjanovic. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Brunson the pass to Marjanovic. To end the run, Johnson with the block. .20 seconds left in the fourth, and Brooklyn turns it over again. Here's Dallas. Barea with it. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. 9 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Up top, Marjanovic. Right, the pass to Jackson. Here's Marjanovic. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight. The activity in front of the Brooklyn Museum, not too far from our setting today. And with tip-off.
Hey, Kevin. Well,
it does indeed. Thanks, David. Two terrific defenses tonight, Greg. They do it in a variety of ways. It's been hard for either team to score.
You know, strong on ball, in help, in transition, and both coaches doing such a great job of making the adjustments. And listen, the reality is defense still can be a factor in determining who wins and who loses.
And we're seeing it right before our eyes. Here are the five for the Clippers. Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Zubac in at the center, filling out the middle. And for Brooklyn, Durant plays the 4 with Allen at center. Then there's Caris LeVert. Then there's Irving. And it's Dinwiddie in at the shooting guard. The drive by KD. And then Durant with the dunk.
The long strides of Durant gliding through the lane. Throw it down, big fella.
Here's George. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time. The homecoming for Paul George, playing in L.A. with the Clippers. They gave up a king's ransom to OKC. 5 first-round picks and Danilo Gallinari and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
It makes sense, right? You're trying to get off to a fast start, and he can help with that.
And, guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Here's Irving. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. It's stolen by Allen. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. His shot was hindered by that momentous mobile one block.
And early in a game, these sorts of plays really can set the tone.
George from deep three-point land. That shot off the mark. The Nets go the other way with it.
And, guys, the Clippers were willing to give almost anything for PG because they basically got Kawhi Leonard in the deal as well.
And let's remember, GA, he could have been a Laker. They would have had to trade away the second pick in the 2017 draft, that or Brandon Ingram. Their loss became the Clippers' game.
Nets have gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Irving against Beverley. Stolen by Zubac. Here's George. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. George has got 6.
In this period, they're feeding him, and he's feeling it.
Irving passes.
Well, the thing about Kyrie, he draws so much defensive attention. Someone's often left open.
Here's George. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on Jared Allen.
In OKC, Paul George showed he could be an MVP caliber performer. With Kawhi on the Clippers, he could be that 1B or that 1A.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Jordan, he's checked in for Allen. Taurean Prince comes in for Kevin Durant. Harris is checked in for Caris LeVert. And it's Luwawu Cabarrot in for Dinwiddie. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And PG, you know, he has the versatility to succeed in different roles. Doesn't have to dominate the ball.
Yes, and if anything, he's more comfortable scoring within the flow of the offense. With his all-around impact, doesn't need to force things to make winning plays. But if you need him to, he can.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. JaMychal Green, he's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for George. Harrell, the pass to Shamet. Back to Harrell. Outside Jackson. Outside Williams. Clock at 6. And there's the foul. And it's on Taurean Prince. That is his first foul of the game. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And at his peak, Reggie Jackson is one of the better guards in the league. He's still got that confidence.
Yes, he does. Injuries slowed him down, but still able to create his shot anytime he wants. And with Reggie Jackson, it's a testament to his natural talent that he often leaves us wanting a little bit more.
And there's the call on Lou Williams. That is his first foul of the game. Irving for three. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Jackson dishes to Williams. Jackson kicks to Williams. Over in the corner, Green for three. Los Angeles with another miss. For Brooklyn, they've gotten 6 of 11 shots to go down so far. Pretty nice shooting. Prince outside. On the wing, Irving. Here's Harris. And it's Shamet with the rebound. The Clippers trail. It's Williams with the drive. Green left side. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Pass to Williams from outside the arc. But they get it back. Green kicks to Williams. Jackson from long range. He can't get that one. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. And an intentional foul right there.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
I mean, it's so impressive. Kyrie's scoring ability. Terrific shot maker, obviously gets to the line, converts at a high rate.
And it's a defensive 3-second violation. Los Angeles shooting their 5th free throw of the game here.
Yeah, and 79% from the line as a team a season ago. Pretty reliable in that regard.
And so he hits the technical free throw.
You want your ball handlers to be great free throw shooters, especially at the end of games. Shamet provides that.
Here's Williams. Jordan with the rebound. Jordan's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Luwawu. No good on the last second attempt there. And so lots of scoring in that competitive first quarter. Nets lead. And recently, Kevin Durant discussed what they have to face.
I think we get a lot of teams' best shot.
And Greg, it's one of the great challenges of being one of the teams to beat.
But that's the difference with a superstar like Durant. He can give you elite play from start to finish. Lesser guys can do that only in spurts.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Way to set the table. Offensively, they dominated on the interior.
They came in looking to attack from the get-go, willing to be physical and setting the tone.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. So for Brooklyn now, inside we got Prince and Jordan. Then there's Karis LeVert. Then there's Harris. And it's Dinwiddie in at the point. Greg, if you're a small market team, how do you convince stars that you've drafted and developed to stay and re-sign?
It's a great question, Kevin. I actually think in a lot of ways it's easier today because you can be box office. You can be a superstar in a small market and have the name recognition because of the era we play in. And so I think the biggest way to keep them there is to build a championship caliber team around them. I think that is your saving grace. If you can prove to them that you can build a championship caliber team, I don't really think that there is a reason to want to leave.
It's a solid blueprint. Morris with the block.
And this is what staying active can give you. Morris sending that one back with authority.
Beverly for three. Brooklyn with the rebound. Jordan's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. And there's the call on Durant. That's his first foul.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
Allen's checked in for Jordan. And then for Los Angeles, Zubac is checked in for Montrezl Harrell. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Landry Shamet. And George is subbed in for Reggie Jackson. Nets leading by 4. Here's Durant. Good work defensively by Morris. And so Beverly will bring it up for Los Angeles.
And Kevin Durant, one of the greatest scorers to ever play. Not the most prolific scorer, but perhaps the most talented. He's dangerous from any part of the floor.
Dinwiddie outside. And again, no good by Brooklyn. George finds Morris. Fires the 3. And it's Durant with the rebound. Greg, as scores go, Kevin Durant's as efficient as any.
I mean, Durant has an insane field goal percentage for the shots that he takes. I mean, when you factor in how many threes he puts up, it gets even more impressive. Durant takes so many shots where he's covered and is still efficient. It's just mind-blowing.
Here's Zubac out to Morris. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
There's the lob for Harris. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Here's George. And George with the stuff.
Smooth off the bounce with the strength to finish through contact. Paul George showing us how it's done.
Dinwiddie surveying the floor. Harris's shot is off. LA's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. And it's George missing.
He is so good attacking the rim. It's rare to see him denied like that.
And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That's his first foul. Brooklyn making some changes. Taurean Prince comes in for Joe Harris. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for Dinwiddie. And then for Los Angeles, JaMychal Green, he's checked in for Marcus Morris. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverly.
Aggressive move by KD. It gives this team a different attitude when he's attacking the rim.
Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
Really like that work there in the paint. He has really established a low post presence.
For Brooklyn, they've gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all told. And the rejection by Zubac. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Nets will retain possession. Jordan, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Luwawu Cabarrot comes in for Karis LeVert. Harrell, he's checked in for the Clippers. Reggie Jackson comes in for George. Back to Williams. Leonard, the pass to Harrell. Outside Leonard. Jackson has the open look. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. The Nets with the lead. Irving with it. And now by Jackson. And Allen slams it in.
When you have an elite wingspan like Jared Allen, you make those alley-oops look easy. I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
To the paint. Shoots from the right block. Jordan with the bucket. Jordan's got the lead up to 4 now for the Nets.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
Back to Williams. Pass to Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
The evolution of Leonard's game, making things happen with the dribble drive.
From deep, Prince. And that would have counted, but his shot was off. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow. Right here on.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello. Kevin Durant was on fire in the first half. He had 12 points and 3 rebounds. And
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You look at Paul George in this game, guys, he's been everywhere.
The burst he's had when going at the rim has been fantastic. A lot of strong finishes through 2 quarters.
His activity level has made an impact, and he is fearless.
And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. We've got Montrezl Harrell, Reggie Jackson out there with Paul George. Then it's JaMychal Green, and it's Leonard in at the small forward. On the wing, George.
Yes. Letting it all hang out when George takes flight. Just enjoy the show.
And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Durant's checked in for the Nets. Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. KD dishes to Irving, and there's the defensive 3-second call. For Brooklyn, they have hit most of their free throws tonight, 5 of 6. And the technical free throw is good. Greg, how special was it for you that you had your number 50 retired at UNLV?
You know, that's something that I can honestly say. As a kid, you dream about a lot of things. Winning, you know, playing at the highest levels. That's something I never really fathomed, is to have your jersey hanging up in an arena. That was a surreal moment, a really cool moment, and it was awesome to be able to share it with my family and friends.
And people probably don't know that you grew up in Las Vegas, so it was probably doubly special, wasn't it?
Exactly, born and raised.
And it's sent back by Allen. And here we go, the fast break with Dinwiddie. Wound up there for Allen. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
As Allen continues to develop his offensive game, he continues to earn the trust of his teammates.
Here's George. Harrell trying to free himself up. Got that one, and the Nets lead has been cut down now to just 4 points with the basket from George. Here's KD. And finished off by KD.
Putting a little creativity into it. Durant usually making it look easy, but not here.
And it's sent back by KD. Shoots the 3. Here's Zubac. Outside Jackson. Leonard kicks to George. Harrell trying to free himself up. George missing again.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
The Nets making a switch here. Harris is checked in. Clippers trail by 6. It's George on the wing, guarded by Harris. On the wing, George. He's got 18.
Capable of flat out torching you. Once PG-13 gets into a groove, watch out.
Right side, Kevin Durant. Passes it to Harris. Irving for 3. The putback, and staying with the play, Allen. Allen's got 10 points in the game.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's his first foul. Some changes for Brooklyn. Prince is checked in for Durant. And it's Luwawu Cabarrot in for Dinwiddie. The Clippers also changing it up. Marcus Morris is checked in for Zubac. Andrew Shamet comes in for George. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Reggie Jackson. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Shamet with the steal. Here we go, one-on-one. Deflects the pass. Irving with the steal. To the inside. Deft touch on the alley-oop. Prince has got the lead up to 8 now for the Nets.
Yeah, nice silky finish on the alley-oop from the stupendous feed.
That sequence couldn't have been executed any better.
Explosive first step off the bounce. Beverly has the speed to do this.
Harris finds Irving. The Nets working the ball around now. Launches it. The shot that time not on target. So the Clippers will take it the other way.
Off the mark once again. Terrible quarter for him thus far.
Leonard, no luck. Nets leading by 6.
And Smitty, with LeBron getting into his late 30s, KD coming off the Achilles, for your money, is Kawhi Leonard the best player in the world?
Great question. I know one player, the Greek Freak, might have something to say about that. No less than Michael Jordan himself called Kawhi the best two-way player in the game. That's a very strong endorsement from MJ.
And so Beverly will bring it up for Los Angeles. And Leonard gets it to go on the assist by Beverly. And now just a 2-point Nets lead. Brooklyn's gone into a slump here from three-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. And there it is for him. Allen's got 6 points in the quarter.
You really got to hit Allen if you want to stop him. Just so long and strong from there.
Leonard looking around. He kicks to Beverly. Here's Shamet. Good on the three-point shot.
This is the shot you want to get him. An open look from range.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Irving passes to Allen. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Leonard's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Over in the corner, Beverly for the lead. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got his 5th assist in this one.
Really in a good position thanks to the accuracy from beyond.
And the truth is, this league would have been much bigger had he shot better.
With 1 on the clock, and Allen puts it in. Allen's got it all tied up now for Brooklyn.
He has done everything possible to keep his team in this one. What a performance from him.
At the end of the third, the score is all even. Both teams absolutely filling it up. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Brooklyn. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
This is why you preach teamwork. Some of the most spectacular plays are the ones where guys are feeding off one another.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the 4th quarter. Dinwiddie runs the point with LeVert flanking him. Prince and Durant are at the 3 and the 4. And it's Jordan in at the pivot spot manning the middle. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Dinwiddie passes to LeVert. To the paint. The shot's good from Jordan. Jordan's got the 4th quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Nets. Here's Beverly. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
When he's not shooting threes, you'll find Patrick Beverly at the rim.
Dinwiddie against Morris. It's LeVert on the wing. Back to KD. And then Durant with the dunk.
I'll tell you what, Durant takes a lot of contact inside. Defenders try to muscle him, but it doesn't matter.
And the wide open shot from Morris. And the 3 off target. And Zubac picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Kyrie Irving's checked in for Prince. And a switch here also for the Clippers. George is checked in for Landry Shamet. Irving kicks to Durant. The kick out to Irving. And the pass to LeVert. Fires from deep. It's rebounded by Lou Williams. And George, here we go. And George with the stuff.
And with those long strides, it takes Paul George no time to get to the rim.
Dinwiddie passes to Jordan. And the dunk by Jordan.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
And George with the stuff.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Here's Durant, and there's the call on Durant. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Leonard's checked in. LA's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. The 3 from George. Drills the three-pointer. Now it's a 3-point Clipper lead.
A reliable jump shooter, Paul George's accuracy only goes up when he catches in rhythm.
Pops it up for Jordan. And slam dunk by Jordan.
What strength by DeAndre. Really love seeing him sky up for the thunderous slam.
And then George with the jam.
Paul George loves these situations. The bigger the moment, the more he wants to deliver.
Dinwiddie kicks to LeVert. On the wing, Irving. The Nets working the ball around now. There's the lob to the hoop. Pass to KD. Just 5 to shoot. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Trying to shoot himself out of his slump. Filing to try and stop the shot, but PG-13 with terrific body control makes him pay.
And the Nets making a change here. Allen's checked in.
And that tacks another big point onto the league. Great N1 play showing us now a little bit of that killer instinct.
And the foul call on Kawhi Leonard. That is his first foul of the game. .149 left in the fourth quarter of this one. KD dishes to Allen. Inside, Dinwiddie, and Zubac with the block. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. And denied, he sends it right off the glass. From deep, George connects from three-point range. George has got the lead up to 9 now for Los Angeles.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
This was obviously a focal point coming out of the break. Look smart when the shots are going down.
A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. To the middle, it's stolen by Morris. George looking around. From deep. No good.
And even without that three-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Allen, that's good.
That takes poise, patience, and vision. Great pass by Kevin Durant.
Dinwiddie against George. Pass to Leonard. Back to George. Three-pointer. And it's Irving with the rebound. And so it's Irving with it, bringing it up for Brooklyn. Levert against Leonard. From deep three-point range, it's hauled in by Los Angeles. Gets the first, that stretches their lead to 8. And he cannot convert on the second. That misses. And it would take divine intervention for them now to get back in it.
Yeah, I'd have to say, guys, I don't think the man upstairs is really focused on a comeback.
And it's the Clippers with the ball. Here's George. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
And guess what? It's going to be a fun flight home. Total team effort. Big win on the road.
Clutch free throws there. That should ensure they're going home with the W.
Temple can't get it to go. From deep. So the Clippers winning this one easily. They came in here and took care of business like, all right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. And a glimpse inside the locker room. Players' final few moments to prepare for the game and the task ahead. The busy free.
Kevin, thank you.
Indeed. Something special, David. Thanks. So let's take a look at the starters for the Dallas Mavericks. Inside of the 4 and the 5, Porzingis and Powell. Tim Hardaway Jr. out there with Luka Doncic. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3 spot. And for the Clippers, Ivica Zubac is out there with Marcus Morris. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's George in at the shooting guard. Hardaway passes to Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
So many different offenses that Tim Hardaway Jr. has played in, but he's trying to improve in his on-court awareness. A good show.
And
you knew something good was coming, Kevin, right? Paul George dunk contest? He's maybe a little older, but I love to see him get up.
Hardaway dishes to Powell. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. That's no good. Couldn't get his first shot to go. And it's Leonard. That time on the assist by Beverley. Deep benches tonight, Greg, on both sides. This seems to be a growing trend.
You know, teams are digging deeper than ever before, even getting into the two-way contracts that give you depth past your top 15 guys. One, you're trying to protect the investment in your big-ticket items, your franchise-caliber players, but you got to keep an eye on the future in terms of player development. That's another area where the league has really changed when you look at the makeup of these rosters.
Morris, no good.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
And running with a full head of steam, but completely under control.
Yeah, you think he's comfortable at that speed? He's done it so many times before. Just an absolute blur in transition, and that helps get the rhythm going.
And a 5-star recruit coming out of high school. Powell had an excellent college career, yet he fell to the second round of the draft. Didn't even hear his name called as he was selected during a commercial break.
And GA, even when he did arrive to the NBA, it took Powell a while to latch on.
You know, traded a couple times in his first year. He was assigned and recalled 10 times in about a month with Boston's D-League affiliate.
Oh, that was huge!
Incredible. Has the vertical needed to dunk it. Doncic showing off the power and flair that he possesses.
On the wing, Morris. Right side, George. Lets the 3 fly. Can't hit that one. And it's Dallas the other way. Passes it to Porzingis. The Clippers grab the miss. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes played. Outside Leonard. A nice passing here by Los Angeles. 5 on the clock.
Probably not the shot that was drawn up for that possession, but you can't pass it up, and you can't knock it down.
And the foul on Dorian Finney-Smith. That's his first foul.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
For the Clippers, Harrell, he's checked in for Zubac. Andriy Shamet comes in for George. And it's Williams in for Patrick Beverley. And then for Dallas, Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Dwight Powell. And Curry subbed in for Hardaway. Here's Harrell. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. Mavericks trail by 3. Williams with the steal. And now running up the court. Leonard pushing it up. And Harrell slams it in.
What awareness there from Kawhi, waiting for his teammate to break free and then finds him.
Doncic against Williams. And the rejection by Harrell. Down low. Shoots from 12. And Morris throws it down.
That's what he gives you, a big-time presence on the glass.
And you know what, Greg? Once he gets his hands on it, he's not even thinking about kicking it out.
Oh, his competitiveness right now is why the teammates love him.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult.
Williams for three. Nice D from Doncic. Mavericks trailed by 5. Curry attacking. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic.
Now catching the lead pass at full speed. Terrific anticipation. And the delivery on time, on target.
Here's Leonard. No good with the wing jumper.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Leonard on the wing to the middle. Here's Morris. Banked in off the glass.
And I like the different looks that Morris can give you. Inside, outside, and in transition.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock.
Well, it's one thing to play good defense, but then to alter the shot and get the rebound, that's a good day's work.
Williams kicks to Morris. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Such a versatile offensive threat. Morris draws his fair share of fouls.
The Clippers shooting their first shots of the night from the charity stripe.
Yeah, and 79% from the line as a team a season ago. Pretty reliable in that regard.
7 seconds left in the first quarter. Right outside. Here's the three.
Bringing a strong work ethic defensively. Morris grinding on the shooter there.
And so it's Los Angeles. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Yeah, that worked wonders for them in the quarter. We'll see what kind of adjustments get made.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. Boy, your alma mater, UNLV, Greg, has produced some great NBA players over the years. I mean, so many great names.
No doubt about it. Listen, I got a special place in my heart for my former teammates Larry Johnson and Stacey Augmon.
Right.
But also guys like Sean Marion. You go back to Reggie Theus, who was a tremendous player. And right now in the league, you got Kim Birch, dunk champ Derrick Jones, and up-and-comer in Christian Wood.
Good mention. Los Angeles leading by 7. On the court for Dallas here in the second. Maxi Kleber is out there with Seth Curry. Then there's Marjanovic. And there's Porzingis. And it's Cauley Stein in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Dallas with the ball. Up top, Curry, covered by Morris. Tries again. And there's the nice layup by Cauley Stein.
Talk often about physicality of bigger players. Cauley Stein, one of those guys who fits into that category.
Zubac, it's good on the putback. Zubac has got the lead up to 7 now for the Clippers.
Hard work and soft hands, guys. That's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip-in. Marjanovic passes to Kleber. The wide open look here for Porzingis. They get it again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
What timing on the glass. Cauley Stein up there and flushing the miss back.
Here's George. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And the versatility of Paul George's game. Elite defense and rebounding, steals and deflections.
When you think about Paul George moving to several teams, yet still having the impact on both ends of the floor, I think that is a telltale sign that you have an elite talent in Paul George.
Leonard with the steal. Here we go, one-on-one. Morris with the ball. Now guarded by Porzingis. Back to Morris. And here's George for 3. It's rebounded by Dallas.
If you told me this was the kind of game he was going to have, I would not have expected them to be in front right now.
This is his first chance at the line tonight. Free throw drops from Marjanovic. Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Then for the Mavericks, Dwight Powell's checked in for Curry. Hardaway comes in for Porzingis. And it's Wright in for Maxi Kleber. Outside, George feeds it to Harrell. Looking for George. He gets it there. Cauley Stein grabs the board. Cauley Stein's got his 4th rebound in this one. Rebound by Harrell. Clippers leading by 5. Here's George. Here's Zubac. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Marjanovic down low. Harrell on him. And Marjanovic with the slam.
Very little resistance against that throwdown.
Nope, not what they want to see in a game this close, Greg.
On one side, inspiration. On the other, devastation.
And the Clippers making a change here. Williams is checked in. The Mavericks also with a sub. Jalen Brunson. He's checked in for Marjanovic. And the rejection by Cauley Stein.
If he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started. It's his 2nd foul, but not the end of the world. One more before halftime, though. That would change some things.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. JaMychal Green comes in for Leonard. And Landry Shamet subbed in for Paul George. Harrell kicks to Beverly. Back to Harrell. Whistle blows. If that's going to be a travel. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Dallas. Luka Doncic comes in for Wright. Mavericks trail by 3. Pass to Brunson. Here's Powell. A fader. And the rejection by Harrell. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Harrell. Reggie Jackson's checked in for Patrick Beverly. Here in the 2nd quarter, about 3 minutes played. And the dunk by Powell.
Oh, going high to throw that one down.
Sky high. Fantastic one-hand jam. Pass to Harrell. To the inside. Nobody near Williams. And the Clippers miss again.
Looks like the game plan is they're willing to give him that kind of shot. It worked out for them this time, but if they give it to him again, I bet 3 points are coming. We wasted absolutely no time getting the ball up the floor. Great instincts in transition.
Williams dishes to Harrell. The pass to Jackson. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Jackson's got his first points of the night.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the creases with that handle.
Loads it up there for Harrell. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Montrezl Harrell with a throwdown that gets his teammates up.
And the foul called on Tim Hardaway Jr. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
Yeah, looking up at the scoreboard, guys, that's his 3rd foul, and his coach has to consider now sitting him down.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Kleba's checked in, and the Mavericks call time here.
And after some time over in France and the G League, JaMychal Green catching on as a steady NBA veteran.
In Memphis, the Grizzlies played him over Zach Randolph for some time. He's a guy that just keeps working and has found a niche now as his 3-point shot has found more consistency in the NBA.
For the Clippers, Zubac is checked in for Green. Leonard comes in for Landry Shamet. And Paul George is subbed in for Jackson. Dallas also making some changes. Marjanovic checked in for Doncic. Porzingis comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And Curry subbed in for Jalen Brunson. Looking to end his cold spell. And the layup good by George. George has got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Yeah, Paul George anticipating contact, preparing for it. And just how smooth the finish was that, Kevin.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And didn't have a single free throw in that 1st quarter, but he started to play with a little bit more of an edge to his game here in the 2nd. And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
Here's Kleba, and Kleba slams it in.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure, he gets that one. George has got 6 in the quarter.
Yeah, Paul George can get very shifty, even with that kind of frame, and he fights his way through the contact.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Porzingis gets hauled in by Los Angeles. Outside, George launches a 3. George missing again. It's tipped. Paul George with the steal. Takes a 3, and he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall.
Porzingis.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm the greatest bench scorer in NBA history. Only getting better with age.
Yeah, I like that.
That's all for now. Say goodbye to...
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Ray, can you really compare players from completely different eras? I mean, people love to talk about the greatest of all time.
You know, Kev, some players do transcend eras. There's no doubt about that. Wilt's a great example, and there are many others. But in reality, to your point, the style and the way in which the game was played was so different that it isn't fair. I mean, all you can be is the best of your generation, or one of the best, and I think that should stand no matter what the conversation is.
Like, there's no doubt in your mind Oscar Robertson could play in this era as well as he played when he played.
No doubt. Bill Russell, all those guys,
yes,
they're truly
yes.
great ones. So much of your ability to perform at a high level is built around your confidence and your belief in your abilities. And those guys had it as much as anybody who's ever played the game.
They've got Ivica Zubac. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Paul George, and it's Beverly in at the point guard position. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Doc Rivers. Porzingis passes to Powell. And the layup's good off the glass. Powell's got 5 now.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
And it's George missing.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
And that one, good.
And you can see Porzingis, a great job as a big to run the floor and help get that 3.
George against Hardaway. There's the 3. Offensive rebound. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Clippers lead by 5.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
The 3 for Doncic. Paul George grabs the miss. Clippers have gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. And he finishes the break with a lay-in. And now a 7-point Clipper lead.
Well, Paul George concentrating through the contact and making sure he had a shooting window open.
And he drops in the layup off the glass.
He just takes advantage of the D in a way that very few players playing today can do.
Zubac, bounce pass. Here's George. That one, no good. And it's Dallas the other way.
This is a rough stretch right here for him offensively. Seems to be rushing shots.
Some nice passing here by Dallas. And here's Doncic from the arc. And here's Beverly. He brings it up for Los Angeles. It's a 5-point game.
And in a player empowerment era, no greater power move than Kawhi Leonard's last year. Fresh off a Finals MVP with the Raptors, he signed with his hometown Clippers and compelled a trade for Paul George.
Think about that 14-month run where Kawhi Leonard made his way to Toronto, a team that was on the cusp for many seasons. Goes there, wins the MVP and the championship for the Raptors, and then ends up in his hometown of Los Angeles to try to do the same for the Clippers. Now that's getting it done and writing your own story.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Green, he's checked in for Zubac. Landry Shamet comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Jackson in for Paul George.
And sometimes as a point guard, you got to take things into your own hands.
Yeah, right. It's okay to be selfish when you have a chance like that.
Well, if he's calling his own number, there's a reason for it. There you respect the decision-making from him out there.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
Here's Cauley Stein. Misses from close range.
For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there.
And it's the Mavericks on the break. Throws down the breakaway jam.
And great steal and look ahead there. Compared to most guys his age, Doncic sees the game at another level.
At the elbow, it's Jackson. And Jackson throws it down hard.
Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even a better finish.
Well, just seeking out weaknesses in the defense and then exploiting it.
And it's good for two.
Not an easy basket for Jackson. He doesn't shoot a really high percentage, but he does make a lot of tough hoops.
A three from Porzingis. Tips it up. Great positioning on the putback. Cauley Stein's got 6.
Always better to be lucky than good when it comes to offensive rebounding. Unless you're as good as he is, then those tip-ins are all about skill. Clearly a foul.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. That free throw, no good. For the Clippers, Harrell, he's checked in for Morris. And it's Williams in for Patrick Beverley. Dallas also making some changes. Maxi Kleber comes in for Porzingis. And it's Seth Curry in for Luka Doncic. Now the Clippers moving it up. Jackson misses. Shamet with the steal. The kick out to Williams. To the paint. Here's Harrell. And Harrell slams it in.
He's so dangerous as a scorer. Lou Williams can recognize when there's openings. This time it was a teammate.
Here's Wright. Outside for Curry. The putback. It's good on the putback.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Jackson looking it over. Cauley Stein grabs the board. Outside Curry. No good on the three. Now the Clippers moving it up. 3 seconds left. No good on the layup. And offensively, a great show for the fans through the first 3 quarters. It's been a fun game to watch. Clippers lead by 4. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. 3/10 quarters behind us. 1 more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the 4th. Here's Curry. Our 4th quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. On the floor for Dallas, Maxi Kleber is out there with Willie Cauley-Stein. Then it's DeLon Wright. Then there's Hardaway, and it's Curry in at the 2. The shot by Cauley-Stein, no good.
Yeah, better than giving up the layup. You want to go in there and use the hard foul. They did it there. That's aggressive attitude defensively.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Kawhi Leonard, he's checked in for the Clippers. Paul George comes in for Landry Shamet. Powell, he's checked in for Dallas. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Wright. Mavericks trail by 6. Curry deciding where to go with it. Hardaway passes to Powell. Out to Hardaway. 6 to shoot. Back to Powell. No good on that one. The Clippers go the other way with it. And now running up the court. Leonard pushing it up. Here's George. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time. George has got the lead up to 8 now for Los Angeles. Here's Curry. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Hardaway with a wide open look. Buries it from 3-point range. Hardaway has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Harrell, that's good.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
It's Curry with the drive. Lays it up and banks it in.
That's an excellent play call to free him up from the defense.
Well, taking advantage of that opportunity, it does not get any more high percentage than that one.
Now, here is George. D right on him.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling now.
Foul. That's good.
And guys, all about hard work from this point on. They've worked hard to create that high-quality shot and then able to knock it down.
Powell with the steal. Hardaway passes to Kleba. Outside Curry. Back to Kleba. And the layup's good off the glass.
Coaching staff would like some more shots from that range.
Clippers leading by 3. Here's Williams. Banked in off the glass. Williams has got his first 2 points.
Wow, huge in a big moment there. Getting the ball to Lou Williams, not a bad idea.
Kleba, no good. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Clippers. The kick out to Williams. And here's George for 3. A second chance effort. And then George with the jam.
Paul George rising up. Nice to see a little bit of that return to the younger days from PG.
Passes it to Hardaway. Inside and stolen by Harrell. George against Hardaway. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
What great body control there. George, tremendous athlete, takes the hit, and he makes that one count.
Marcus Morris is checked in for the Clippers. Marjanovic checked in for the Mavericks. Mavericks trail by 10. Curry wide open. Up again. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession. Clippers have gone 7 of 9 from the field down the stretch here in the fourth quarter. Terrific shooting. George against Kleba. And George, here we go. Williams. And Williams is right there.
And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. It's a statement victory for the Clippers.
If they had to battle for this one, there were times when it looked like it was maybe slipping away a bit, but they never let that happen, which I thought was a real credit to them.
And that's a product of their mental toughness. Anytime the floor of the game turned against them, instead of caving, they just dialed it up a notch and were able to pull away.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Paul George.
Now, this was a showcase night of his skills offensively.
5 to shoot, Hardaway, and he uses the glass on the layup.
Yeah, so some operation right there out of the pick and roll, and Hardaway Jr. making a smart decision in that set.
And George gets it to go.
This arena was rocking throughout the night. You could really feel the energy.
Yeah, huge motivation, always great for a young team, but veteran players also appreciate when fans come with that kind of energy and get into the spirit of the game.
Marjanovic kicks to Finney-Smith. Back to Marjanovic. Makes it off the glass.
Almost an impossible shot to block in the post. The defender can't give up that much of a height advantage and expect to contest it.
Harrell finds George. Another shot. Takes the 3. It counts.
And right now, the torture chamber that Paul George has put the defense in.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll do it, folks. For Brett Berry, Greg Anthony. And check out the Mavs. Fashion first, getting off the bus, and now they'll try.
Kevin, thanks very much.
All right, David, thank you. So let's take a look at the starters for the Dallas Mavericks. Inside at the 4 and the 5, Porzingis and Powell. Tim Hardaway Jr. out there with Luka Doncic. And it's Finney Smith in at the small forward. And for Brooklyn, Durant plays the 4 with Allen at center. Then there's Irving. Then there's Caris LeVert. And it's Dinwiddie in at the 2.
Yeah, quick foul to pick up right away here in the first quarter.
Doncic outside. The pass to Hardaway. And the dunk by Powell.
Well, this speaks to the feel that Kristaps Porzingis has for the game of basketball. If you're open, he'll find you.
And last year, Dallas gave Porzingis the contract he was looking for to the tune of $158 million.
And Greg, credit the Dallas organization for believing in Kristaps Porzingis' talent. And now credit Porzingis, because you have to share shot attempts and usage with Luka Doncic. What has he done? He's concentrated on better rebounding, better rim protecting. This guy is all in on winning, and what a combination these two guys can be. And every year, it seems to me, Kristaps Porzingis willing to take on more and more responsibility. There is a process to becoming a better leader, and Kristaps Porzingis is right in the middle of it.
Here's Finney Smith. The wide open look here for Porzingis. LeVert grabs the miss. Dinwiddie left side. Durant, that's good.
Well, Kevin Durant goes right up with it. Doesn't give the defense a chance to react.
Hardaway up top. He's covered by Irving. The shot by Powell, no good.
They're 1 of 4 here to start, looking to get into a flow offensively.
Irving passes to Durant. That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. And the coach's challenge has been triggered here. Coach wants a review of the out-of-bounds violation.
And you know these types of plays, especially when you're talking about action around the sideline, this is something you can get a much better perspective of on replay than real game speed.
You've got the benefit of new camera angles, Greg. Much easier to see exactly what's going on, especially with the fidelity and angles that we've got access to now. So we just got word from the NBA Replay Center via the official courtside administrator. And the original call will stand for the out-of-bounds violation.
You know, and some people might argue, hey, we're stopping the game, but this uses up a timeout, so that's technically already a break that could happen, regardless of the call staying the same.
Porzingis with the block.
Porzingis so fast off the floor when he challenges a shot. Helps him get a lot of blocks like that one.
An outstanding defensive play to earn the Mobile One block.
Some intimidation right away. Got to show those shooters you're going to be there all night long.
Now here's Powell. Fires the 3. Kyrie Irving grabs the miss.
Boy, the offensive flow just isn't there right now. 1 for 5 to start.
Oh, the power on that throw-down.
Goodness.
Boy, how about the finish by Kevin Durant? Just gets up with such ease.
And the dunk by Porzingis.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Now here's Dinwiddie. Back to Durant. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And with Kevin Durant recovering from the Achilles injury, glad we get to see one of the all-time greats back in action.
No doubt, Greg. And KD is trying to navigate his way through one of the most difficult injuries a basketball player can face. But we know unequivocally this man will go down as one of the elite scorers in NBA history. That combination of size and shooting is truly something to behold.
And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. And here we go. Fast break. Curry's got it. Porzingis. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Well, there's reach, there's size, there's wingspan, and there's a knack for understanding where it's coming off. This is a very difficult thing to keep Porzingis off the window.
LeVert finds Durant. And the Nets miss again.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Curry passes to Powell. Back to Curry. into the paint. Here's Powell. Pocket 6. Almost, but it rolls out.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
Well, not at the offensive end, certainly. He cannot buy a bucket right now.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Curry passes to Porzingis. A shot, no good. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. Here's KD. And then Durant with the jam.
What a pretty look. DeAndre Jordan, to have that kind of touch on your passing, such a quality piece for a big man.
Out to the right wing. Outside for Curry. From deep. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
Irving with the ball. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. LeVert the pass to Irving. Doncic with the steal. Pass break Dallas. Curry dishes to Powell. Back to Curry. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Powell, that's good.
When you think of Seth Curry, you're thinking shooting. But there, what a pretty pass to find the open man.
KD looking around. Doncic with the steal. Here's Curry. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3. There's 14 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. LeVert in the corner. Back to Dinwiddie. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
Boy, you can really see the playmaking evolving. When Karis LeVert is hitting wide-open teammates, it shows how special he can be.
And so it's Kevin Durant making headlines and highlights for the Brooklyn Nets. And it seems like players are constantly changing teams.
As a team, as a unit, as a roster, we've had...
Greg Dinwiddie, one of those players who seems to adapt to any situation.
I mean, he's versatile, total team player, will do whatever is asked of him. He's really emerged after being picked in the second round a few years ago.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the Nets. What do you think?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
What terrific work at the offensive end. They have built some early momentum here.
On the court for Dallas here in the second. Stein is out there with Maxi Kleber. Then there's Hardaway. Then it's Jalen Brunson. And it's Wright in at the 2-guard position. Harris passes to Allen. Over Kleber. Allen's shot is off.
Boy, a clean, close look. What a missed opportunity.
Out to Hardaway. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Hardaway has got his first points of the game. Today, Greg, we see a lot more friendly rivalry. Does that bother you?
Not at all. I mean, people like to say, well, our era had the rivalries were more bitter. I disagree with that. I think guys are every bit as competitive today as they've ever been.
It's good to hear.
They just also have more exposure and opportunity to be around one another. Kids today growing up, they've been playing against each other since the 5th, 6th grade in national tournaments. When we played, we didn't get to see the other top players around the country. So I think that was one reason why you didn't have a closeness with guys that unless you were on the same team.
Allen against Brunson. Hardaway with the steal.
And we've just seen them make mistakes on back-to-back trips. Both those turnovers could have been avoided.
DeLon Wright proving that he is an excellent decision maker on the offensive end. Teammate open, let me find him.
To the inside. Here's Allen, and then Allen slams it in.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Wright, the pass to CLA Stein. And here is Hardaway. And Wright, here we go. Excellent D there from Allen.
Well, that's a case where a guy's trying to make a play, trying to take it up strong, but the defense was ready.
And it's Allen with the jam.
Well, that's a highlight play for Mr. Jared Allen. Nice pass from his teammate.
And here's Brunson. He'll bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Trailing by 2. Kleba, the pass to Cauley Stein. Moves back up. In the corner, it's Kleba. The tray. The rebound by Luwawu.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Here's Prince, and down it goes, jamming that one home.
Well, fast off his feet and up at the rim in a hurry. Taurean Prince with an easy one.
Right side. Here's Cauley Stein, and it's sent back by Allen. Kleba against Prince. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And Luwawu Cabarrot is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. Some changes for Brooklyn. Jordan comes in for Jared Allen. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Irving. And Dallas also making a switch. Curry's checked in. That one's good, and the Brooklyn lead is cut down now to just 4 in the basket from Wright. The Nets have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field in the second quarter. Dinwiddie against Curry. Dinwiddie kicks to Prince. Here's Luwawu. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Some nice passing here by Dallas. Outside Curry. Kleba inside. Guarded by Harris. The shot by Curry, no good.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Dinwiddie, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's going to go on Willie Cauley-Stein.
And Doris, make no mistake about it. Spencer Dinwiddie is looking to score. An instant offense type of player.
And Spencer Dinwiddie knows what his role is, and he plays it perfectly. He can go a little hot and cold for stretches, but he doesn't let it affect him. Dinwiddie's always going to provide that offensive punch that's so critical for you.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Kevin Durant's checked in for Prince, and Karis LeVert subbed in for Luwawu. Curry buries it down low. Curry's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Well, you know that Seth Curry will be aggressive regardless of where he is on the floor. Nice look inside there.
Dinwiddie passes to Harris. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Dinwiddie's got his 3rd assist on the night.
I always like to hold for the last shot right here.
Well, that's great execution if you can do that, because it takes any chance at momentum away from your opponent. Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets heading to the bench with... Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody, good to see you. A tremendous start for Kevin Durant. He had 8 points and 1 assist. Shaq.
That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. We've seen Kevin Durant really having a great game.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
And part of that has to do with his mindset. He has been looking to push the action at every opportunity, and he has been in attack mode all night.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. And Brooklyn, look at who they've got. Durant plays the 4 with Allen at center. Then there's Irving. Then there's Karis LeVert. And it's Dinwiddie in at the shooting guard. It's Hardaway with the drive. Porzingis can't hit.
A good job by him on the glass here tonight. +8 in that department.
Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Here's Powell. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on Jared Allen.
Boy, Powell is proving to be a handful inside. Does a good job utilizing his long arms to get the call.
First trip to the line for him here.
You know, this is not an area where they expect him to contribute. You know, he's a guy that shot below 70% last season. And born and raised in Toronto, Powell is part of a growing legion of NBA players who hail from up north.
We the North. How about upon arriving in Dallas, he became the 5th Canadian to suit up just for the Dallas Mavs organization alone. So college and NBA scouts spending more time there now. What a beautiful country with plenty of basketball talent.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
The finish, and it's Allen with the jam.
Kyrie Irving doing work with the pass. That's pretty.
Right around a minute and a half played here in the third quarter. And here is Doncic, still looking for his first bucket in this one. Jalen Brunson, who's checked in for the Mavericks. Porzingis inside, working on Allen. Outside, Porzingis, shot clock at 5.
I know he's got to be frustrated right now, but the team is fighting from behind. He's got to stay with it.
Lobbed up there for Durant. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Well, you cannot let Kevin Durant have that much room to take off. This guy is tremendous as an alley-oop finisher.
And out of bounds as the Nets gain possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Prince is checked in, and Dallas with a change here too. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Dwight Powell. And the Mavericks call time here. Greg, we see defenses continually adjusting. Analytics favoring threes and dunks. Which teams do you think are toughest to score on at the rim?
You know, it's funny that you think defense in today's era, but if you look at the 2 teams that were the best in their respective conferences last season, they're the 2 teams I think protect the rim the best. Milwaukee with Giannis and the Lopez crew, and then obviously AD and LA with the Lakers. Those teams have the versatility on their front line to be able to defend the 3 and also protect the rim.
I think you've nailed it. Porzingis with the ball. Guarded now by Prince. And Doncic throws it down.
This incredible confidence that Luka Doncic possesses, my goodness.
On the wing, Irving. Brunson covering. Irving passes to Prince. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
They're just too slow to react. You can't afford to sleepwalk through possessions. What's going on out there?
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
KD's shot is off. And stolen by Prince. And it's Durant, that time on the assist by Prince. KD's got the lead up to 13 now for the Nets. The Mavericks have gone just 25% from the field here in the second half. They're 2 of 8. Dallas moving the ball around. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. Offline with his 3.
Not a lot falling for him in this quarter. He's got to stay aggressive, try to break through, see if you can get an easy opportunity.
And the jam by Kevin Durant.
When you watch Taurean Prince play, you know it's about team. This guy finds the open man and loves delivering it.
Pass to Kleber for the 3. That is good. And the Nets' lead is cut down now to just 12 points with the basket from Doncic. The Nets have gone 6 of 10 from the field in the third quarter. Passes it to LeVert. KD on the wing. Back to LeVert. There's the triple. It's rebounded by Porzingis. Porzingis has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. With the teardrop. Doncic, no good. Brooklyn leading by 12. On the wing, Irving. Guarded by Doncic. And it's Allen with the jam.
Well, this guy has got tremendous length and hops. Jared Allen makes it easy.
And the call will be against Caris LeVert. That is his first foul of the game. So for the Nets, DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Durant. Harris comes in for Caris LeVert. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Irving. Dallas also making some changes. Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Maxi Kleber. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Seth Curry in for Jalen Brunson.
What I love is the confidence that Seth Curry plays with, and it has him attacking the defense. A little bit too physical there defensively.
Dwight Powell's checked in for Porzingis.
An efficient night from the line. This is a guy who puts in the work, and it pays dividends.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Prince. Can't get it to fall.
Boy, if you're going up against this guy in this close a range, you've got to defend with everything you've got. A tremendous job defensively.
Here's Dinwiddie. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Dinwiddie's got 7.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter to a close. They've got their field goal percentage to thank for that. They've been hot from all over the floor tonight. Back right after this. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver, and he did just that.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. On the floor for Dallas starting the 4th quarter here. They've got Cauley-Stein. Doncic out there with Seth Curry. Then there's Dwight Powell. And it's Hardaway in at the small forward position. Cauley-Stein passes to Powell. Harris kicks to Jordan. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Well, you know what DeAndre Jordan is going to bring to the table every night. Great effort, incredible presence on the backboards, a ton of length defensively. Love everything he does for you.
Kyrie Irving, he's checked in for Brooklyn.
And DeAndre Jordan, not the same impact center he once was, but he's done a great job of acting as a leader for this team.
Well, you think about DeAndre Jordan's career, Greg, and over the course of time, he's played a number of different roles. What you like about what he did this past season is, even though in a changing role, he still tried to make an impact. That's called being a teammate. But I think it's fair to say that Seth Curry has found his footing in this league. He gains more and more confidence every year.
Doncic against Jordan. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Your son, Cole Gregg, was one of the top high school players in America. A lot of services had him number 1. Talk about what it was like going through the recruiting process as a dad.
You know, it was fun for the most part because he really kind of kept everything in perspective. And the teams we dealt with, the schools we dealt with, man, they were all top-notch. So that process, about as enjoyable as one could ask for. But at the same time, it's still stressful, man. That's still your little guy getting ready to head off to college.
Well, you're a dad and a proud one at that. Curry finds Hardaway. Here's Powell. Curry outside. It's hauled in by DeAndre Jordan.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in cracking this huge lead.
And the jam by Kevin Durant.
Getting it done on both ends, and it shows up in the score.
Well, what I love is the energy they're bringing right now. They're ignoring the scoreboard and playing hard.
Cauley-Stein passes to Powell. Here's Curry with the 3, and that's a foul. Called on Dwight Powell. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
Well, you cannot let Seth Curry have room to shoot on the perimeter. You are asking for trouble.
Mavericks making a switch here. Porzingis is checked in. Pass to Durant. A 3-pointer off the mark.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Curry's shot is good.
I'll tell you, individually, he is doing all he can. But right now, somebody's got to step in and support this guy.
In the corner, it's Dinwiddie. And it's Jordan that's out the key. Irving from long range. For 3, Durant. Mavericks with the rebound. And here we go with Curry running it up the court. Jordan with the rebound. Jordan's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Durant attacking.
You know, the thinking is defensively trying to close off the lane. But how crafty is Kevin Durant at his ability to bounce off and still make you commit?
LeVert's checked in for Joe Harris. And Dallas also making a switch. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Hardaway.
Boy, he's got a great stroke from the line. That's not something we can say about all the league's big guys.
From deep 3-point range, rebounded by the Nets. Jordan's got his 5th rebound in this one. Durant in the corner. Jordan trying to free himself up. KD's shot is good. Durant's got 12 points in just the second half.
A natural-born scorer is Kevin Durant. He puts in the time, and it pays dividends on the floor.
And it's Doncic missing.
I don't know if he's tired or what, but he is definitely holding back a little bit, and he has to step his game up right now.
The shot by KD. No good. Curry on the wing. Dallas moving it around. Doncic kicks to Finney-Smith. On the wing, Doncic. That doesn't go either for Doncic.
Not a whole lot going down for him at this point. He just can't buy a break.
The shot's good from Irving. And the Nets lead by 19.
Boy, terrific read. Kyrie Irving understands what the defense is giving him and takes advantage.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for Brooklyn.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
And they found a way to get their shots to go down. A little luck didn't hurt. A lot of their 50-50 shots fell their way.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for KD.
Efficient productivity. You love what this guy has given to you on the offensive end.
And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Marjanovic checked in for Dwight Powell. Maxi Kleber comes in for Porzingis. Jackson, he's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And Barea subbed in for Doncic. Buries the long-range jumper.
And you can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
No doubt. It felt like they were a little tight for much of the evening. Now they're in a better flow, but it may be too little too late.
Kuruc passes to Crawford. Here's Johnson. It's deflected. It's stolen by Johnson. And he banks in the layup.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
What an impressive performance, to say the least. At this point, it looks insurmountable.
Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. There's 21 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Here's Curry with the 3. Jordan with the rebound. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. Sup, David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. Los Angeles, California. It's time for the NBA. D.A. Jacob.
Good evening, Kevin.
What a story. David, thank you. Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Durant plays the 4 with Allen at center. Then there's Irving. Then there's Caris LeVert. And it's Dinwiddie in at the 2. And for the Clippers, Marcus Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's George in at the 2-guard spot.
Well, you see the hustle from Allen there, guys, and his relentlessness and the mindset to keep at it really allows him to gobble up those offensive boards.
Now here's Beverley. And George kicks to Leonard. To the middle. Here's Zubac. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
Yeah, I love the court awareness from Kawhi there. Dependable at getting it to his uncovered teammates.
Passes to Allen. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
Oh, why, dunk you very much.
He can really fly, and you combine that, Greg, with some nice penetration, too, and you've got 2 points.
A lot of bounceability there, guys. I mean, well above the rim. That's what makes him dangerous. Well, I like this young man, Jared Allen. He's still working to find consistency in his offensive game. He's a really good leaper and finishes at the rim, protects the rim. But his strength right now, which will always be his strength, I think, is his defense. He's outstanding at that end of the floor.
Now, here's Zubac. On the clock, and it's in there.
Boy, the confidence that George brings to his game is also confidence that impacts and injects his teammates. He's a high-octane scorer who's ready to go as soon as the game starts and whenever he gets the ball.
And Clark, with Allen, he's still young, and the comfort on offense has yet to really find him.
Yeah, and you know what? I think he's really scratching the surface there, Greg. I mean, this kid is he only played 1 year in college. He's shown you that he can defend at a high level, and he looks like he's a worker, so I think his offensive game will ultimately catch up with his defense.
Now, here's Dinwiddie. Paul George unable to get his shot to go. Irving dishes to Allen. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. And that's now 7 points for Allen.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
And stolen by Irving. In transition, here come the Nets. Lobbed up there for KD. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Boy, a dynamic wing with freakish length. Durant is the ideal alley-oop target.
George, no good.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Williams comes in for George. Now here's LeVert. Back to Irving. Over Beverley. Again, the Nets for 2. Greg, we know the names of the superstars, but there are players that are just under that category who probably should get a little more recognition.
Hey, Kevin, that's a great point, and I'm going to toot my alma mater's horn a little bit. Christian Wood's a guy that kind of
good one, yes.
Reminds me of that. He's kind of on the come up. How about Devontae Graham, the second rounder back in 2018, but he's showing to be an established young talent in this league, and there are many more guys like that, and they're going to have their opportunity to become household names.
And the poise of Williams, so impressive. Plays at his own pace. He's never in a hurry.
Morris against LeVert, and the call will be against Caris LeVert. That's his first foul. Landry Shamit's checked in for Patrick Beverley. And then for Brooklyn, Jordan, he's checked in for Jared Allen. Taurean Prince comes in for Kevin Durant. And Joe Harris is subbed in for LeVert. Morris with the bucket.
And this is in Morris's wheelhouse right here. Extremely fluid with the catch and release.
Dinwiddie finds Irving. Back to Dinwiddie. Down low. Here's Jordan. Rebound by Harrell.
Boy, he really bungled that finish.
Here's Leonard. And then Leonard with the dunk.
And he moves so well. When Leonard drives the lane, it's pretty much a guaranteed bucket. Terrific body control, and he plays with the ultimate force.
Now here's Prince. 56 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Irving laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Irving's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
That's tipped. And here we go. Dinwiddie heading to the hoop. Lays it in off the breakaway.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this league.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Morris with the ball. Here's Williams. Nails the baby hook.
Well, he twisted his body up right there just enough to create space. Williams so slick and ill-like inside.
Dinwiddie passes to Irving. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Irving's got 6.
Nice start as he's knocked down 3 of his first 4 and has hit the ground at high speed.
Williams gets the bucket.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Here's Prince, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
You know, with Harris, if you're open, he's going to make sure he finds you.
And they're scoring pretty well as we conclude the first quarter. Brooklyn ahead, up by 6. And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Nets.
You know, guys, we've really seen them do a lot of damage in the paint so far.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover.
Shamet and George at the 2 and the 3. Harrell is out there with Jermichael Green, and it's Jackson in at the point. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Well, I tell you what, they've got this team just a step away from being completely sleek.
And it's sent back by George. Dinwiddie surveying the floor. Second chance shot. Clock at 4. Here's Luwawu. And that one goes long. And so George will bring it up for Los Angeles. They trail by 6. That one's all good. Now he's 3 for 5 from the field.
Yeah, excellent determination there from George. This wasn't going to be denied. Fighting off the physical contact and nailing the shot over good defense.
Dinwiddie with the bucket.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
The shot, no good. Great D that time from Jordan. Prince outside. Here's Harrell. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him.
Whoa! Are you kidding me? And you know what? For me, these dunks show exactly how great an athlete George is.
And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And then Allen slams it in.
Woo-hoo-hoo, that's the stuff of nightmares. for the defense. They'll see that one in their sleep. A long athlete like Allen flying in the air, that's a bad picture.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think.
That's exactly how you send it. 2 hands and down. No surprise there. I mean, realizing he has the size advantage, he exploits it perfectly.
Kyrie Irving's checked in for the Nets. For Brooklyn, they have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line.
And as a group, they shot 75% from the line last season.
Greg, in New York, you obviously played in a number of championship contending teams. What do the Knicks have to do to get back to that feel, that kind of team?
Well, listen, it starts with stability across the board, but mainly that means at the top. And you got to give this new front office, this new regime, an opportunity. I think they got some good young pieces. But title contenders are not in a constant state of flux right now. They've got to take their baby steps here and start moving in the right direction.
Like you say, it does begin in the front office.
Well, you have to be really on your toes when you're defending Paul George. He's excellent when it comes to using the pump fake to draw fouls.
And George drops them both.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
KD with it. Guarded now by Jackson. There's Allen. That's good on the assist from KD. Allen's got 11 points.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
Here's George. Lays it up off the glass.
And really the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Poked away. Shamet with the steal. Now the Clippers moving it up. Jackson's got the ball. And George with the stuff.
Solid poise from PG, Paul George. Excellent at converting despite getting hit on the drive.
And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Pass to LeVert. Here's Llewellyn. He's covered by Shamet. Allen, that's good. Allen's got 6 here in this quarter.
Well, I love the mindset of Allen there. I mean, when he gets the ball in that spot, he's very aggressive.
Shamet finds George. Harrell trying to free himself up. There's the pass to LeVert. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Jordan, he's checked in for Luwawu. And he makes both free throws.
Well, you can be the judge of if it's fair or not, but Kyrie Irving has earned himself the reputation of being moody, to say the least.
Yeah, and you know, sometimes that sword cuts both ways. Sometimes it's the player, sometimes it's the media, and the media's perception. It's a combination of the two. Clearly, Kyrie can sometimes go off on tangents and come from left field in interviews. I mean, he's not the only player, present or past, that's been guilty of that. One thing you can't deny, though, is this guy loves the game. And it's a matter of continuing to mature and grow as a leader. So I say give him more time, and he'll refine himself in that area. You know, Jordan, to me, is one of the more reliable bigs in the league. He takes a lot of punishment and rarely takes a night off.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Taurean Prince comes in for Jared Allen. And Dinwiddie subbed in for LeVert. Here's Leonard. It's hauled in by DeAndre Jordan. Jordan's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. All alone, and it's Leonard with the jam.
And, you know, Beverly made his name with his defense. I mean, a clever player who uses his quick hands to steal the rock. He also is physical and disruptive.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. KD looking around. And there's the defensive 3-second call. For Brooklyn, they have been excellent at the free throw line here today. A flawless 6 for 6. And so he hits the technical free throw.
You know, what comes to mind first when you think of Irving is his handles. Rush hour tight, but also his dynamic ability as a scorer.
And it's Jordan with the jam.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
And he rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish.
Guys, they're not backing off at all, are they?
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Yeah, you know, when you're looking to close.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the Jared Allen having an outstanding game. He had 13 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 blocks.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Without question, George is displaying his skills today.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column? Through 2 quarters, he has been terrific.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
Second half underway. Here's who Jock Vaughn's got on the floor. Durant plays the 4 with Allen at center. Then there's Karis LeVert. And it's Kyrie Irving, and it's Dinwiddie in at the shooting guard.
Boy, LeVert's showing you his unselfishness there. I mean, if you're open, he loves getting you the ball.
LeVert against George. That's in. He's 7 for 12 now in the game.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Durant with the steal. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. LeVert the pass to Allen. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. Greg, as a young player, one of your mentors was Patrick Ewing. How valuable was that to have that kind of guy tutoring you, mentoring you as you were just getting in the NBA?
I'll tell you, he was the consummate professional and really an incredible leader by example. This guy spent infinite amount of hours in the gym in the offseason honing his craft. First on the floor, last to leave it throughout his professional career. And that's something he had in common with all the truly greats who ever played the game.
And Zubac picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Brooklyn leading by 8. Irving kicks to Durant.
And when Morris is playing with intensity like this, his defense can really shine through.
And it's George finishing it off.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set. Well, I like this execution coming out of the half. Solid. 3 for 4 from the field so far.
Here's George. Zubac trying to break loose. That is good. And the Nets lead is cut down now to just 6 points with that basket from Paul George. Leonard with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles.
Oh, that was worth the price of admission.
An emphatic LU jam.
And the offense has just operated really smoothly here in the open floor.
Yeah, and for them to reduce the lead, they should keep the pace brisk. I mean, that's how they generated the highest quality shots.
Allen's shot is off. For Los Angeles, they've gone 5 of 6 so far from the field in the second half. Tremendous efficiency. Here's George. The rebound by the Nets. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Outside Irving. To the inside. Stolen by George. And now running up the court. Leonard pushing it up. And that one's good. Beverly.
Yeah, it's been about the fast break. Been real kind to him here early. And they are clicking in transition.
And it's Allen slamming it down.
And guys, Allen is certainly in the zone. I mean, he's found his rhythm, and when he does that, he'll stay with it. He won't let up.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for the Clippers. Reggie Jackson comes in for George. And the Nets making a change here as well. Luwawu Cabarrot, he's checked in for Irving. Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. JaMychal Green, he's checked in for Marcus Morris. Landry Shamet comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Williams in for Patrick Beverley.
Boy, the attacking mentality of Prince right there. You love that. If he has a lane, he's not going to wait around. He's going to hit it right away.
Jackson passes to Williams. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Here's Harrell. The rebound by Luwawu.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And, guys, you know that rebounding is a huge part, a huge component of winning games. It's not a glamour stat, but it's necessary if you're going to be a winning team.
Williams kicks to Jackson. Lets it go from deep. And again, no good by the Clippers. Nets leading by 8. Outside Jordan. There's 53 seconds left in the third. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Nets.
Guys, their play close to the hoop has been great all game.
Yeah, but also give them credit for the layups they've had tonight after strong drives to the basket.
LeVert's checked in for Luwawu. Back to Jordan. Takes it off the glass. Jordan's got the lead up to 11 now for the Nets.
Jordan really relishes playing through contact and converting, showing you just how strong he is and a good level of concentration, too.
Harris's shot is good.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points. Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And don't leave out the coaching staff here now. I mean, their game plan has been perfect.
Green. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
And here are the Nets. They've got a 13-2 run going. It's Prince on the wing. Poked loose. Shamet with the steal. Goes up, and the dunk by Jackson.
It's easy to forget about Jackson's bunnies, but he's more than happy to remind you. Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. And it's Irving with the ball for the Nets. They lead by 11. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. Setting the floor for the Clippers. They've got Paul George. Jackson is out there with Lou Williams. And it's Green, and it's Harrell in at the center position.
No success thus far trying to guard George tonight. I mean, he is absolutely shredding.
And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Boy, Jordan is an alley-oop specialist, a big target with strength and bounce.
And it's blocked by Jordan. Pops it up for Jordan. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there.
Well, I tell you what, guys, this is really getting close to being real ugly.
And he's really shot the ball well, but it hasn't been contagious.
Throws it up high, and DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Well, that's good work by Prince there, spotting the open man and then putting the ball on target on time right in the shooting pocket.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
The Nets making a switch here. Durant's checked in. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Jordan kicks to LeVert, and too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Clippers trail by 13. Pass to George. Fires for 3. And it's George again missing.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. And there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. That's his 3rd foul of the game. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Zubac is checked in for Harrell. Marcus Morris comes in for Green. Leonard, he's checked in for Williams. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Jackson.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
You know, big guys like Jordan who can facilitate are really valuable. Spots the open man and gets it right to him.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
Jared Allen's checked in for Jordan. Nets leading by 13. On the way, Harris. Leonard with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's the Clippers. Here's Beverly. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got his 3rd assist on the night.
You know, when Beverly plays with that kind of energy, it's infectious. Sprinting the floor like that, an example of that energy.
Harris passes to Irving. He dishes it to KD. That one doesn't go. Good work defensively by Morris. Leonard finds Beverly. Here's George, and George with the stuff.
Love the unselfishness of Beverly. I mean, when he sees a teammate wide open, he quickly gets him the ball. You know, that's just sloppy basketball, giving away a possession. No real reason for that turnover.
Dinwiddie's checked in for Brooklyn. Clippers trail by 9. From deep, George. The offensive rebound. Zubac. Back to George. Durant with the steal. And now the fast break. Irving with the ball. Dinwiddie right side. He kicks it to Allen. Leonard with the steal. And here we go. George heading to the hoop. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
And all of a sudden, that great run makes this a ball game again. And now is no time to take your foot off the gas. They have got to stay aggressive.
I think they will. I mean, they're close enough to taste it. So they're going to keep that pressure on and keep coming at it.
It's Durant on the wing. Shot clock at 6. Irving with the ball. Morris is there. And again, no good by Brooklyn. And here are the Clippers. It's been 8 unanswered points for him. Beverly wide open. Great positioning on the putback. And now just a 5-point Nets lead.
And guys, that's the man you want with the ball in his hands on that critical possession. Kawhi being his best in the biggest moments.
He hits the first one, and that shrinks the margin to just 4. Both free throws good from Kawhi Leonard.
Guys, that was critical. I mean, that's what we're used to seeing out of him, though, at moments like this.
Pass to George. A 3 from Leonard. Rebounded by the Nets. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. LeVert with it. George picks him up. Outside, KD. He feeds it to Allen. The kick out to Irving. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Got it.
That's one of the areas he's really improved. Durant's passing abilities have grown as his years in the league have grown.
No time to waste on this possession.
Got to go right up with it and then foul immediately.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
And now the Clippers on the break. Here's Leonard. Money!
And then Leonard enjoys jamming it home. Got to keep him as far away from the hoop as possible.
And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let them dribble the game out.
Exactly. I mean, got to stop the clock any way possible and hope they alligator arm a few of those free throws.
So the first one drops, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
I think it's a wrap. When the game's on the line, he knows how to deliver the crushing blow.
The deep three from George. It's good from beyond the arc.
Hey, you know that George is going to take the shot when the game is up for grabs. I mean, that's who he is, and that's what's expected of him. He's an exceptional decision maker in these situations, which makes it even more obvious.
And so it's Brooklyn who scrapes by with the win. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this...
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks. Zubac. And it's George in its shooting guard. And for the Mavericks, inside of the 4 and the 5, Porzingis and Powell. Hardaway is out there with Luka Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 spot. It's stolen by Morris. Right side, George. And it's Paul George with the finish.
Insane move by Paul George, a high flyer who can create in midair.
Doncic against Beverly. Powell. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic.
Attacking the defense with the pass. Don't need to be a hero.
And here's George. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. The shot missing. Nice D from Porzingis. Well, coming into the league with immense potential, Porzingis is already fulfilled much of it. Already an all-star. But, you know, Greg, there are still areas he's working on.
Yeah, he's definitely getting stronger and more physical. You'd like to see him make the next pass a little more often when a teammate has a better shot. But if he can just stay healthy, boy, the sky's the limit on what he can accomplish.
Here's Porzingis after Luka Doncic's bucket. Porzingis kicks to Doncic. To the middle. Here's Powell. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult.
And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
For Dallas, they've gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. And that one is good.
You see the game plan is working already. 4 straight makes to start this one.
And George, here we go. Unable to get that one. And the Mavericks going the other way now. And Zubac picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. The Mavericks have gone 4 of 4 to start, so a nice offensive rhythm to start here. Doncic passes to Powell. Took him no time at all on that one. Powell's got 6.
Great pass to set your man up with a high percentage look.
Now the pass to Leonard. Back to George. And it's George finishing it off.
Kawhi is carving up this defense. Love his awareness. He is finding the open man.
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Doncic passes to Porzingis. The feed to Powell. Doncic feeling it out. Back to Powell. Lays it up and banks it in. He's got 8. Well, it seems like every year, Greg, we see some incredible new players come to the NBA, and they are welcome with open arms. Their style of play is so terrific.
No doubt about it. You know, guys like Ja Morant, I think he's got a chance to be one of the greats. And any list about the future of the NBA has to include Luka Doncic. I don't know if there's a better basketball talent than that young man. And, you know, let's not forget about Devin Booker out in Phoenix as well. A terrific, terrific player.
3 terrific kids, you're right. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Porzingis. Wright comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Seth Curry, he's checked in for Hardaway. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Doncic. Now here's Harrell. Powell pulls it in. Wright against Jackson. And Wright kicks to Kleber. The kick out to Wright. Dallas moving the ball around. Curry passes to Powell. And he gets the bucket.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
The 7-foot wingspan of Reggie Jackson makes him a bigger player inside. Helps him draw fouls.
It's his first trip to the line.
Solid work at the line a season ago. 83% on his opportunities.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. There's 1:17 left to play here in the first. Curry is inside. He's guarded by Williams. Runs in the pass to Powell. That shot is off. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Stolen. And they're pushing it up. Passes to Wright. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That's on Reggie Jackson.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
The Mavericks have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Clippers trail by 8. Shamet on the wing. Harrell kicks to Jackson. Cauley Stein against Harrell. And he banks in the layup.
And this is Harrell's game, a skilled interior player who plays with tenacity.
Runs in the pass to Cauley Stein. Dishes it to Wright. Pass to Powell. Now Cauley Stein. Pass to Powell. He misses the mark. He's now 6 of 8. In the corner, Shamet with it. And the 3 off target. Right side. It's blocked. No shortage of scoring here at the end of the first quarter. Mavericks lead by... And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And guys, what's your take so far on the Mavs?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
And that has helped them build an advantage here, playing with good focus and good energy.
Taking a look at Los Angeles. Green is out there with Montrezl Harrell. Then it's Williams. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's Shamet in at the 3. Curry gets the bucket.
That's nice work, stopping short of the rim, just laying it over the top.
Jackson drives in, and Curry pulls it down.
I'm not sure what happened on that play. May have relaxed a little bit once he got to the rim.
Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Curry's got the lead up to 10 now for the Mavs.
Yeah, just a fantastic job to stay with the play and just not give up. Excellent effort on the offensive backboard.
The pass to Brunson. Feeds it to Cauley Stein. Great D that time from Harrell. Clippers trail by 10. Now the Clippers moving it up. Williams finds Harrell. The shot will not fall. Now Dallas takes it the other way.
Well, you know, teams look for +6s, players whose wingspans exceed their height by a half foot. Montrezl Harrell is a 6'7" player with a 7'4" wingspan. If you're struggling with the math, ladies and gentlemen, that's a +9. A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
Curry looking it over Williams. Cauley Stein. That shot off. Clippers have gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter. 0 for 5. Green breaking loose. That's it, and the Dallas lead is cut down to just 8 points with the bucket from Lou Williams. And between his length and his athleticism, Montrezl Harrell well suited for that role of small ball center, Greg, in today's NBA.
Yeah, I mean, he's fearless. Even giving up a few pounds, a few inches, he'll go right at you and making steady improvements as a rebounder year over year.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Hardaway's checked in for Wright. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Jalen Brunson.
And Kevin, they dialed up their activity this quarter. We're seeing them convert a lot of those second chance opportunities.
Leonard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
You need guys who are willing to make the next pass. Shamet doesn't rack up a lot of assists, but he's unselfish.
Out to Hardaway from the arc. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. And the Mavericks lead by 11.
I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Curry dishes to Cauley Stein. Clock is at 3. Offensive rebound on the wing, Hardaway. Back to Cauley Stein. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And with his vertical reach, you expect Cauley Stein to be a factor on the offensive glass.
Left side, Hardaway. Looking for Cauley Stein. He gets it there. With the second effort and the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to be on Montrezl Harrell. The Mavericks have gone 3 for 3 at the line tonight.
And at the line last season, about 78% as a team. Pretty solid numbers.
Porzingis, he's checked in for Dallas. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Seth Curry. The Clippers also making some changes. Zubac is checked in for Montrezl Harrell. Paul George comes in for Landry Shamet. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Lou Williams.
And it's really hard to knock George off his balance. He's just so long and strong. Nice take there.
Cauley Stein's shot is good.
Shutout in the first quarter. He's heating up now. I like the aggressiveness.
Here's George, and the rejection by Cauley Stein.
You better come stronger than that. Cauley Stein, a presence defensively.
And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles. Oh! I mean, that's a rugged play.
That one was big time.
And that's rocking the rim. Give him the 2 points and tack on some for style.
Oh, he deserves them. He deserves all the points he can get there. Sensational. Here's Finney-Smith. Shooting foul as the whistle. And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the official.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on.
Efficient performance from him. Not the case for everyone else on his team.
Right, the pass to Cauley Stein. Out to Porzingis. Corner shot. Rebound by the Clippers.
Ooh, the defense gets away with a late rotation. That's a shot he normally makes.
Playing from behind right here, not easy, but he is answering the bell.
The reason why is not just scoring, it's the way.
And so that brings the first half to a close. The Mavericks on top.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball fans. Dallas has the edge here at halftime. They have a solid 8-point lead. And that's all for now.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. You look at Paul George in this game, guys. He's been everywhere.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
And many of those quality shots have been jumpers. A very high percentage of those in the first half.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. On the floor for Dallas. Inside of the 4 and the 5, Porzingis and Powell. Luka Doncic out there with Cauley Stein, and it's Finney Smith in at the small forward. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. And then George with the jam.
Yet another one for Paul George. He can pile up points without wasting possessions.
Doncic outside. Passes it to Finney Smith. Inside, Paul George with the steal. Zubac with it. Out defended by Cauley Stein. A shot by George, wide open. And another 3 for the Clippers. Reggie, we hear this a lot. It's almost too popular now to say good offense beats good defense. Being a defensive-minded player yourself, do you agree with that statement?
Absolutely, Kevin. And the thing is, in today's game, when I played, there was an era, you could hold teams in the 80s and 90s. You could go a quarter and keep them at 12, 15 points. You can't do that now. It's different. You've got to be able to win stretches of 2 and 3 minutes. And honestly, you're right. The offense does dictate far more, but it doesn't discount the importance of defense. And if you still look at the reigning champs and the teams that have won titles recently, that's still one area that they're consistent in is their defensive approach.
Here's George, and he drops in the layup off the glass. George has got 9 points here in the second half.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Cauley Stein passes to Powell, and here's Porzingis. Pass to Doncic. And the layup's good off the glass. And the Mavericks lead by 1.
The defense tried, but Doncic gets through. Luka able to put a smooth release on the shot despite the contact.
Here's George. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
The Clippers shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws, so those are numbers you'll be happy with.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Porzingis. Hardaway comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Seth Curry, he's checked in for Cauley Stein. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Luka Doncic. 7 lead changes now, and we're just in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, frustrating for a coach, but it's great to watch as a fan.
Williams kicks to Jackson. Right side, George. Back to Jackson. Outside, George. The 3. Powell pulls it in.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away with points.
That's it, and the Dallas lead is cut back down to just 1 with the basket from Paul George.
In this period, they're feeding him, and he's feeling it.
No problems knocking that one down. Curry's got 9.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
And the shot is good.
Trying to slice into this deficit every time up the floor. Terrific quarter for him.
And the energy of a guy like Montrezl Harrell can rub off on the entire team.
Yes, it can. GA, he plays with a high motor, generates steals, blocks, and deflections. He's active all over the court, and now we're seeing it on the offensive end as well.
Here's George. Look out! Here he comes!
That was amazing, and look at the elevation. Long and athletic, PG-13 is a terror when he reaches the cup.
Runs in the pass to Powell. Williams with the steal. George with the ball. And Curry picks him up defensively for the 3. Kleber with the rebound. Dallas leading by 3. It's Curry. That time on the assist from Hardaway. Curry's got 10 points now just in this quarter.
I don't know what coach told him at halftime, but he is shooting the lights out right now.
And George, here we go. And then George with the jam.
So smart with the ball in his hands. George reads the floor well and takes advantage of what's there.
Curry can't get it to go. Left side Williams. Outside George. Green dishes to George. He nails it, and we're tied up. George has got 40 points.
And we talk about George's confidence. When you have that kind of range, you should be confident.
And so after 3 quarters of play and some great offensive output, this one is time. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Creating plays for others, it's an art form, but it's also a discipline. Fantastic job.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. And the Mavericks call time here. Let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
During that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear Rick Carlisle's message to his team. He said, this is what we play for, fellas. Let's knock them on their heels right out of the timeout. Show them how much you want it. Go get it. He really is fired up about this game, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the 4th. They're down low at 4 with Harrell in the middle. Shamet and George at the 2 and the 3. And it's Beverly in at the point.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
That drops, and it comes off the assist from Hardaway. Hardaway has got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Ball's knocked loose. Here's George. And it's Harrell missing.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. Morris comes in for George. Doncic passes to Porzingis. Cauley Stein trying to free himself up. Good work defensively by Morris. Here's Shamet. That one misses. Now the Mavericks take it the other way. Some nice passing here by Dallas. And then Hardaway with the dunk.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Curry finds Doncic to the wing right side. Back to Hardaway. Right side, Porzingis. Pass to Cauley Stein. He gets it in there. And the Mavericks lead by 8.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
It's stolen by Curry. And it's the Mavericks on the break. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And Cauley Stein throws it down.
Finding a little rhythm here that they have to like where they're at.
They're playing well. They're building momentum. This is how they can turn a small lead into a big one.
Mavericks making a switch here. Powell's checked in. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Paul George is checked in for Landry Shamet. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
On the wing, Hardaway. To the paint. Powell. That's good. Powell's got 19 points.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Zubac kicks to Morris. And there's the pass to Leonard. The 3 from George. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got his 4th assist in this one.
You really got to tip your cap to him in terms of how he's played today, even if they end up losing this game.
Out to Hardaway. Outside Curry. Takes a 3. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Aggressive closeout on a great jump shooter. That's how you defend against the three. And if you let the little guy get airborne before you slide over to block him out, he can and will embarrass you on the boards.
Creative at finding ways to just cut inside there. Doncic, a guy you must keep your eyes on.
Here's George. It's rebounded by Porzingis. If they want to, they can milk the clock just a little bit here.
Yeah, that's the best option.
And good that time. Greg, as a point guard, you must have had so much fun being surrounded by so much terrific talent at UNLV.
You know, Larry Johnson, Stacey Augmon, I mean, I could go on. And you're right, I was blessed to play alongside these guys. They were incredible talents, finishers. And, you know, you don't always appreciate it going through that moment, but the fact that we're all still close and stay in contact, man, what an awesome experience to be a part of that team.
Chemistry must have been off the charts on that team.
It was, and we had a lot of personalities, man. It was a different era back then, but I tell you, again, I wouldn't trade that experience for anything.
Yep, it goes, and the Dallas lead is cut down now to just 9 in the basket from Paul George.
Excellent concentration from Paul George, overwhelming the aggressive defense with his strength and determination.
The wide open look here for Porzingis. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
Okay, that's frustrating. You work hard to get these open looks. You know he liked that one back.
Powell dishes to Hardaway. Doncic outside. Outside Curry. He kicks it to Powell. 5 on the clock, and there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical.
There's the knockout blow. No chance of getting up off the canvas now.
And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Marjanovic checked in for Powell. Maxi Kleber comes in for Porzingis. Jackson, he's checked in for Hardaway. And Barea subbed in for Doncic. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. They've allowed just 7 points here in the fourth quarter. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Back to Kleber. Takes the 3. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. But they'll get another chance. From deep. That shot misses. Wright looking around. It's off. So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage. All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony.